So this is the next installment of my 100 Days of Happy, and to put it bluntly, I am trying my best to not only, I'm sorry, I'm having hair issues. I'm trying my best to be successful while I'm attending university, while attending college. And I'm trying to be successful as well as happy, as I just said. And in my pursuit of happiness, I have lots of people asking me my intentions and why I'm not doing this or why I'm not doing that. And it's hard once you actually get into the routine, like you plan to do all this stuff or do this or do that, and you discover you're not able to do it or so, and not necessarily saying that's what's going on with me, but it's really hard for me to put it as nicely as I can, because I'm happy and I want this video to be happy, but at the same time I feel I need to cover some things to get people to understand my stance and hopefully quit asking me about these things that either I've already answered, or if I haven't answered, to shine some light on an answer that hopefully is good enough. I've had way too many moments where people ask me stuff and I give them an answer, but they either don't accept it or they try to ask me the same question just in another way or whatever. And I'm just kind of tired of it. I know every kid that starts attending college, like when you graduate high school and stuff, you get sick of the question. You get asked the question all your senior year of high school, like what your plans are and stuff like that. And I got sick of it. And I almost got to a breaking point. And I was very blessed that I didn't go off on somebody every time that they asked me a simple question. And I don't want to seem hateful or like I don't mind answering questions, but it just gets old being asked the same question over and over, even from the same person. It's different if it's like multiple people asking you and they just don't know your answer, but so I'm hoping to answer some questions here and, feel that I've answered the question so I can be happy and other people can be happy, and not worry about whether I have an answer or not, because I do for most of these questions. It's just, if you don't like them, sorry. So one thing was, and I might state the question, I might not, I'm gonna try to, because I've heard some questions in multiple ways asked me. So I dropped a class because my workload was so crazy. And I'm still a full-time student, still taking 13 hours, 12 hours as a full-time student, I'm taking 13. And the class I dropped was the one class that would be towards a business major. All my other ones are like general education courses that I'm going to have to take, I'm going to have to take them, period. So it's not like, so I didn't see the point of dropping them if I have to take them anyway. But when I dropped the one course, it was one because I had to go to it 4 times a week, and the workload, I wasn't balancing my workload well with my other classes in that class. That class was taking up more time and effort than all these other courses, and it was just better for me. And another reason I dropped it was because, which leads to another question, I dropped it because that stressful workload, as well as I was not enjoying it like I thought I would. I was thinking that hopefully it would be awesome and I'd get into the routine of it and everything, but I didn't. And a lot of people tell you need to take these courses to be successful. You need to do this, you need to do that. Well, there's lots of successful people in the world, that didn't take those courses, or that didn't even go to university in some cases. And I want to attend college, don't get me wrong. So because of my unhappiness with that course, it has made me question what to study. So I'm considering myself undecided when it comes to picking a major right now, because it was very depressing and I thought about it for days and days, hours upon hours before I even dropped that course. It's like, what does it mean if I drop it? And I might pick it back up next semester. I might pick it up next year. I don't know. But right now, I'm really questioning my decision on my major, which is normal. Every university student goes through that. At some point, whether they change it or not, they go through it, and that's what I'm going through now. So that answers probably like 4 or 5 questions right there. And then I've had a lot of people ask me about getting a job and working during school. To me, being a full-time student is a job. Sure, I'm only taking 13 hours. A lot of people take a lot more. But the workload for all of my classes is a whole lot of reading and a whole lot of studying and a whole lot of computer work and book work and all this other stuff. So I just don't have time. I don't have time to take in even a part-time job, let alone a full-time job. Second off, I don't want to. I don't want that extra stress. I want to just get accumulated to how I study and stuff first, and then maybe get a job next year, or hopefully never, while I'm taking classes. Now, during the summer and stuff, yeah, more than likely I'm going to try to find a job, but I just don't want to while I'm trying to study, because I want to do well. I don't want to barely pass and just get by like most people do. I want to be successful and make sure I know the material and not waste my time and money if I'm out, 4 or 5 hours a week or more, working some job that's probably not going to get me anywhere anyway. And so that answers 2 or 3 questions there. I have no plans to work this semester, probably not next semester either. Leaving it there. What was another question? It's hard to determine when I'm going to come home and who I'm going to see. I have a fall break in October. I don't get a week-long Thanksgiving break like I did when I was in high school. I only get a few days, but I do get a week-long break in October at some point. I'm probably not going to go home for the full time, but I do plan to go home at that time, and spend time with some family, definitely. I'd rather not try to hang out with anybody, like from high school or anything like that, just because, one, most people don't care, so it's like, when I'm randomly hit up with a phone call or a text, like, hey, you want to hang out? No, I don't want to hang out. No offense, but just saying, it's like, you drop me, like a hot potato. So, I'm not going to put in the effort, and I'm not going to get emotional about it. I'm just don't have time for you if you don't have time for me, and some people do, and I'm going to try to spend time with them. I'm hoping that in December, once this semester's over, I can spend more time doing that, maybe even go back to my old high school and see some people. I'd really like to do that, because I had so many friends that were lower classmen compared to me, but, yeah, I just don't, if I don't feel somebody is putting in as much effort to see me as I am them, it's like I don't feel it's worth even trying to pursue. So I'm really grateful for those that have tried to see me and who have seen me, that helped make it work, because it was very hard going home that 3-day weekend, a lot of driving, a lot of time, like I said, a lot of time driving. That was just the biggest aspect of it, in such a short amount of time, and trying to see so many people, in one little weekend is definitely a challenge. So I might not even come home in November. I don't know. To answer another question, I might not come home in November. I don't know. So to make this video a little bit lighter, I think that's all of the major questions that people have asked me already. If I think of any more, I'll address them. On a lighter note, I thought about changing my hair. Nothing is set in stone, but I would love to keep all my still undershaved parts, you know, my natural hair color as always. And I thought about getting some darker brown at the top half of my head, and the lower part I thought about getting blue, because blue is one of our school's colors. It shows pride. It's a difference for my hair. It's new to me. So I'd like to maybe experience that. But like I said, nothing is fully decided. I thought about getting gold tips at the bottom as well, because our colors are blue and gold, but I haven't decided, as I've said. I guess that's all I have to say. I showed my art projects in my last video. Still working on dressing up the dorm room. Probably going to put my picture on the door or hang it up on a wall somewhere in here. Looking forward to that. Otherwise, I hope I didn't upset anybody in this video. That's not my intent. I just trying to answer your question that you know, people have asked me or keep asking me, or some people ask me and then other people didn't hear the answer, so they have to ask me again. It's like, I just wanted to answer those questions here. Hopefully I did, and my answer is probably not going to change for a very long time to any of those, just because I've thought about it. A lot of them, people asked me months ago and they didn't change, and thus proving my point that I'm kind of tired of people asking me, which everybody gets tired of. Everybody gets tired at some point of people asking you the same questions all the time. So I think that I'm being pretty rational for the most part. But anyway, I've gone on long enough, so thank you if you sat through this video. Hopefully you can maybe relate to my situation. If not, just flat out couldn't stand listening to my little speech here. It wasn't my intent to make it sad. I'm happy. I hope that you find some kind of happiness in your day. It's because of these decisions that I'm trying to make myself successful as well as happy and not so stressed out, because right now I kind of am, and I've had moments of stress already this year, and so I'm trying to limit those as much as I possibly can. So again, just thank you for watching. If you have, please continue to do so, and God bless.